YouTube, this is Lisse from KBeautyHobbit.com, and today I am going to show you my skincare routine for those times when I have acne or redness or irritation. Before we start, a quick reminder, I'm not a dermatologist or a cosmetologist, I'm just somebody very passionate about skincare. Of course, if you have severe problems, please see a dermatologist. Obviously, I am doing this routine in the evening, you can tell probably by my face full of makeup, but you can do this in the morning as well. I would just skip the double cleansing stage. Step one is going to be removing my eye makeup. I am going to be using this Missha Perfect Eye Makeup Remover, or I think Perfect Lip and Eye Makeup Remover. It's made for waterproof makeup. So I'm going to saturate these in the makeup remover and then gently place them over my eyes. Apply very, very little, just gentle pressure, and let them sit on my eyes just for a few seconds. I do this to dissolve eye makeup, and mascara, eyeliner, and this is a much, much gentler way than rubbing and tugging. You never want to rub, tug, pull on the skin, especially the skin around the eyes. It's just so gentle and delicate. Once a few seconds have passed, I'm just going to very, very gently kind of wipe it off. Next step is a cleansing oil. I'll be using this Klairs Gentle Black Fresh Cleansing Oil. I've used their original black cleansing oil, and if you also tried it, you probably know that it left a bit of an oily residue. It washed off just fine with foaming cleanser, but this new version doesn't leave that, and it's amazing. This is very gentle, made for all skin types, and does not have any artificial fragrance. I'm not anti-fragrance, but if I can avoid it, I do, and especially if I'm breaking out. So I applied some, or pumped some into my hands, and now I'm just going to massage it very gently over my dry face. Purpose of an oil cleanser is to dissolve oil-soluble impurities. So that includes sunscreen, any makeup products. Don't skip the neck, because we should be using SPF on the neck, which means we of course should be cleansing the neck. So now we're going to add a bit of water and massage a little bit more. When water is added to cleansing oil, it emulsifies and turns white. You can kind of see that. And this is why a commercially made cleansing oil is so much nicer to use than, let's say, coconut oil or olive oil. Some people cleanse with regular, what I would consider cooking oils. And that is fine if that's what you want to do, but I prefer oils formulated specifically for cleansing because they're so much nicer to use. I'm going to rinse this off camera because it's really messy to do it on camera. The cleansing oil is all rinsed off, and now it's time to do a foaming cleanser. And I'm using this Rovectin Skin Essentials Conditioning Cleanser. It is hypoallergenic, although honestly, I don't think that means a lot. You can still be allergic to an individual component. I will link all of the reviews for these in the description box, and in my reviews I always include a list of ingredients so you can take a look at that. But this is specifically marketed for sensitive skin, and it has some Centella asiatica derivatives, and it's just a very gentle, nice cleanser. It's a clear gel, pretty runny, but that's okay. So I'm just going to quickly but gently rub it all over my face, not on the eyes though, on the neck. It's marketed for dry skin, and I have combination skin, but I actually really enjoy sometimes cleansers for dry skin because they tend to be more gentle, and the really stripping ones sometimes that are marketed toward oily skin actually dry my skin out, and then it produces more oil to compensate. Okay, this is enough. I'm going to go ahead and rinse that off. The cleanser is all rinsed off. You'll notice that I'm dripping wet, and that's on purpose. I stopped using face towels a while back because less friction is better, and also moist skin actually absorbs products better. So I'm just going to go straight into toner, and today that is Rovectin Cica-Aid Purifying Toner. Again, it says hypoallergenic on it, but please review the ingredients. No parabens, no animal products. It is made specifically for troubled skin, and the word Cica is just another name for Centella asiatica, which is very, very popular in Korean skincare for acne and irritation prone skin. So I'm just going to pour some directly into my palm. I'm pretty generous with it. You can use a cotton pad, but I prefer just hands. Again, less friction. And then just apply. It does have a bit of a scent to it. Kind of smells like lavender. And just very gently pat it on. Next is one of my favorite things ever, and if you've seen my fall favorites video that I posted recently, you know what this is. It is the I'm From Mugwort essence. It is a 1-ingredient essence, meaning it just has the mugwort in it. So I apply it just like toner. The official instructions say to apply it after toner, but sometimes I apply it instead of toner. It's very watery, smells like mugwort, so very earthy and herbally. I really like that scent. It's a little more slippery. That Rovectin toner is pretty much almost like putting water on the face, and this one has a bit more of a slip to it. And mugwort is a very soothing, amazing ingredient. Next, I have a product that is somewhat new to me. I'm still forming an opinion about it. It is a CosRx Propolis Ampoule, Propolis Light Ampoule, and Propolis is a product of beekeeping that is well known for being anti-inflammatory and soothing. I am not immediately smitten with this ampoule, but it definitely doesn't hurt anything, and that's my biggest thing. When I have a breakout or irritation or redness, I don't want anything that would make it worse, but I also don't want to skip my skincare. So this does seem to be soothing actually, but the reason I'm not immediately a fan, I'm still kind of thinking about what I think about this one, is because By Wishtrend makes this polyphenols in Propolis ampoule, and I am a fan of that one. That one just, I fell in love instantly, and so I'm very biased. So anything Propolis that I own now, I kind of measure against that one, and I think I like that one more. Not to say that CosRx is bad. And you will see already all of that water that I left on after cleansing basically going away. Some of it is getting absorbed into the skin, and then some of it is probably evaporating. But I'm not dripping wet anymore, so really no need for a towel. This next step is not really acne specific, but it's something I do every night, and it is the Klairs Fundamental Eye Gel. It has caffeine in it, and so it can help with dark circles if your dark circles are caused by blood flow basically in that area. It's just a nice depuffing gel, kind of lightly hydrating. Sometimes in the morning I use it by itself. At night I use it as part of my 2-step eye care. I'll show you the second step in a moment. So just very gently pat it in. I've heard and read that you're only supposed to apply eye skincare around the orbital bone and not too close, because it'll actually migrate where it needs to onto the moving parts of your eyelid. And if you start applying there too close to the eye, then it will actually migrate into your eye and then cause eye watering and all those kinds of things. My face is still moist, and that's great. We want to lock in all of that moisture now with an occlusive layer, so some sort of cream. And I like using this Purito, I like using this Purito sleeping pack. It's their Dermide Cica Barrier sleeping pack. It is fragrance free. It's really, really nice for acne and irritated skincare, which is obviously the theme of tonight's routine. And even though it's a sleeping pack, it's actually a very, very, very nice moisturizer that is definitely nourishing, but it's not heavy. So I could even use it during the day, and I can use it every night without any issues. There are some sleeping packs that are a bit heavier or a lot heavier that if used every day can actually clog up pores and cause like closed comedones on me, but this is not one of them. This is very light and very nice, so I apply it while the skin is still moist from all the other steps to lock in all of that water. And of course, do not forget the neck. In general, I put what I put on my face on my neck, unless it's something exfoliating, because neck is kind of like the skin around the eyes. It's a lot more delicate. The very final step is this Klairs Fundamental Nourishing Eye Butter. It is just a more nourishing moisturizer for the eye area. Has a little nozzle like this, so just get a bit of it. I hate heavy stuff on my eyes. This is not heavy, but I'm always careful not to apply too much because it just doesn't feel right. So just pat that in. And we're good. Before I finish off this video, I wanted to show you a few spot treatments that I usually turn to if I have a specific red spot or zit. If I have an isolated, especially if it's a painful, hormonal, big zit, I use these. These are the Purito All Care Recovery Cica-Aid. They are little pimple patches made with hydrocolloid, just like most pimple patches are, but these ones also contain different centella derivatives in them. They're 51 in the pack, and they look like this. If you look closely, you will see that the outside circle is thinner than the inside part, and that's done on purpose to try and blend the edges of the patch with your skin to make them more invisible or less visible. And then there's a special kind of way that they're stuck on. So to apply them, you just pull this plastic back until the little sticker is basically sticking off or hanging off. And then you would put it directly on, almost like a band-aid, without touching the sticky part. So that's done on purpose, so you don't contaminate the sticker, but also so you don't basically interfere with the adhesive. So if I have something isolated, I use these, including on the body. Like if there's something really painful on my shoulder or back, these work really, really well for those isolated nasty zits. And especially if you picked something or squeezed something, you just couldn't help yourself. Sometimes that is definitely the case with me. These will keep anything out of that wound. They will basically prevent reinfection, and also they keep my hands away from that, so I'm not constantly repicking it. If I have a larger area that I'm concerned with and the patches are just not practical, if I have, let's say, a series of zits, which does happen sometimes, then I use this. This is a Lisse Derm spot treatment, and it is made with calamine or calamine, the pink powder I'm sure a lot of us have seen. Comes with this doe foot applicator. It is definitely not invisible. I'll show you. So it is this pink. I mean, it's not bad, but you can definitely see it. And if you apply it to a pimple that's been squeezed, it will sting a little bit. It's not awful, but it's definitely noticeable. It's not like a patch. The patches do not sting. So I use this if I need a larger area and I don't care if it's visible or not. This works pretty well and fast. Lastly, if I have something that is a large area, but it must be invisible, if I just want to use something in the morning, then I use this. And this is the I'm from Mugwort Spot Gel. To be honest, it's not my favorite spot treatment. I like the patches and the Lisse Derm more, but nothing is invisible like this one. So it comes in this squeeze tube with a really cool fine tip applicator. And I'll show you. Come on, there we go. Okay, so it's a gel, completely invisible. It's applied at the last stage of skincare. I usually try to get it on before moisturizer and let it absorb a little bit and then put moisturizer on top. Smells a little bit medicinal, but yeah, it's a spot treatment gel with Mugwort, and it does work well. I just find that the Lisse Derm is a little bit quicker and the patches are just a little bit quicker, but this is not bad. And it's the only product that I know of that is absolutely 100% invisible, and you can put it on in the morning and not worry about anybody seeing it. Thank you very much for joining me today. All of these products are just suggestions. They're alternatives to all of them, and if you have any questions, leave me a comment below. I would love to hear from you. You can find me on Instagram at KBeautyHobbit, in my Facebook group, Korean Beauty Fanatics, on my blog, KBeautyHobbit.com. I will see you in my next video. Thank you very much. Until then, please remember to always listen to your skin. Thank you. Bye.